So now let's go to the next position. There's going to be a potential defense, and you have to be ready for them to rotate their arm because you are grabbing their wrist, okay? Once again, the most important thing in this particular position is controlling their head to where you're not grabbing your thigh. His defense, number one, is to clap his hands together so that he begins to defend this arm so it's not floating, okay? Because it's hard for me to reach that wrist, okay? If I'm here and he tucks his chin and he begins to lift his hips up, look how he can take me forward, okay? I don't want that, this is bad for me. Why? Because I'm creating a connection for him. I need to be able to pull his head up and this has to flow. So now I'm controlling his neck and his head's offline, so he doesn't have power in the hips. So I don't have to be cranking him the whole time unless I just want to make him suffer. But I can feel when he begins to load up his weight, and I can counter with pulling his head because he can't take me back when his neck is offline and it's weak. Okay, so this left hand has to have a good control of this tricep here, pinching the elbow, and you can rotate. You rotate like you're swinging your hips. Okay, and see how dynamic the feet are. I don't want my feet here. I don't have any base that way, and I don't want this because it gives him a frame to connect to. I don't want that frame because he begins to, so yes, I can dip my head down and this is where the wrist is exposed. From here, okay, I start pushing it down, he feels, and he's gonna rotate it in. I'm just gonna pinch my knees right around the shoulder here, and my left hand is gonna push his forearm. I'm gonna hook his hand here, pinch my knees, oops, sorry. You're good. And that's as simple as it is, okay? So we're here, all right? He maybe want to clap his hands together. If his hands are together, what you do here is that you do this. You begin to chain your hands together and you can get him in the shoulder lock where he'll let go, right here, because he exposes the elbow. Because when he grabs his hands together, I can't reach his wrist. But this edge right here, I scoop under it here and I chain my hands together here and I begin to compress, yeah, and he will let go. From here, he lets go. I felt him let go. Go back, go for the option number one, which is the arm. He rotates it this way here. I like to just pinch the knees here, okay? Pinch the knees, your left hand will go on the very near this part, like it's up against your thigh right here or your hamstring. You're gonna push it out, and then your left foot hooks the wrist, but you have to keep your knees pinched right here. As you, it doesn't really take much. Just be careful because you could really hurt your partner, okay? So as we're here, I'm scooping, his hands are together, okay? And try this right here, okay? You'll feel that elbow, and you have to be able to scoop, like an ice cream scooper here, okay? And I can't reach that arm, I need him to let go. From here, I'm gonna scoop underneath here, and I'm going all the way into that tricep, and I chain my fingers together right here. And as I begin to bring it all together, it compresses his shoulder and his elbow here. As I begin to go here, I can even finish it potentially here, but he let go, so I reach back and grab. I move this out a little bit to create a fulcrum, because here, the fulcrum is too high. I need right about there. I can even lift it, okay? He tilts it in, I pinch and trap, and I lean forward. From here, my left hand pushes his forearm forward. My knees are pinched. I scoop his wrist here, and I slowly bring him forward. And it locks the arm out, okay? So one more time. Here, you just literally connect the thigh, push it out. Here, re-pinch, whoop, push it forward here. If he rolls it up, forward, you catch it right here, and then you get it in a okay? So one more time, right here. Nice pressure. Make sure that your partner's counting. So look, here's no pressure, and my elbow's on the mat intentionally. I cannot have this elbow on the mat because it creates a bridge between my elbow and my hip and my leg. So all that is nice and comfortable. Say if your words filled, 1 to 10.
1, oh wait.
Yeah, 1. Yeah.
Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, sorry. But his hands are together. Look, I scoop underneath here and I grab this chain right here, S grip. As I begin to bring the S grip together, I'm still applying pressure to his chest here. He'll let go, I can feel it, and I go back and readjust the fulcrum, lift that knee up, he rotates, clamp my knees together here, and I'm leaning more on my right side here. Get my foot on. I'm just letting go because it's very tight, and I re-pinch my knees here. Okay, here you can even grab here if you want, and I slowly move that arm forward. If he begins to roll it forward here, I lift it up because I anticipate that, and I can push his elbow up into heel up. It even is way worse if you pull the head. Okay? So let's try that. 1, 2, 3. Nice and easy.